And I want to start with you, Cheyenne, because you were early out this morning, and you found out you got to play with these guys. What was that experience like for you? What is it like to play with other athletes from other sports?
It's fun. It's always fun to play with other professional athletes. They're competitive. They want to do well. And it's also cool to get their perspective on our sport. I thought it was fun playing with Larry and Carson and seeing how far they hit it. It's definitely a different game that they play. But it was fun to be by their side and be on their team.
Larry, let me ask you, you played in this before. You played last year. Patrick will have you pass the baton over there. You've done this quite a number of times. In fact, you played on the PGA Tour a couple of weeks ago at the AT&T. So what are these events like for you, playing as an NFL guy in the game of golf that I know you love?
Well, I'm like a kid in the candy store. I mean, I watch them all the time on TV. I'm at home, and my son will ask me, Dad, is this all you ever watch on TV? But I really enjoy it. It's something that you work very hard to do, but you never be able to achieve, the lofty goals that these young ladies have performed to. But, it's great to be able to see them and the work they put in and just their due diligence in terms of the way they see the course and to manage the course. I mean, it's so fascinating, and I'm so privileged to be a part of it.
Would you consider yourself a golfaholic? I mean, rumor has it you belong to like 13 clubs in this area.
That's not true, but I definitely am. No, I really do love the game. It's something that it's a lifetime game, something that all of us can play. As we get older and compete and not have to get tackled by doing it either. So that's always makes it good.
Yeah, this guy's one of the guys that tackles. Patrick, let me get your perspective. You've played before. You've taken part in our media day as well, and we're very thankful at the LPGA to be able to kind of partner with the NFL. But what's your take on playing with some of these superstar LPGA players?
It's definitely a privilege to play with these young ladies. The thing I love the most about playing with the LPGA is how fluent and how sound their swing is versus the guys. We try to swing out our shoes, and the ladies just get up there and swing so breezy and easy, and it still goes a mile. That's the thing that's fascinating to me, just how much more calm that the ladies are versus the guys.
Well, you played with Suzanne Peterson. You also played with Se-Young Kim. And after she hit one of your shots, after she hit one of her shots, you went up there afterwards and stuck it inside her and said, "Take that, number 7 in the world."
I did.
Yes, you did. Very loud. So, I mean, that's fun for you. I mean, you're a competitor. You're out there doing that.
Just like Cheyenne said, it's a different feel for us, but at the same time, our competitive nature always takes over once we have an opportunity to compete against other athletes. So that's what it's all about, and it definitely was fun and a pleasure to be against going against the number 7 player in the world today. So.
Let me ask you, Suzanne, speaking of competitive, I think you'd qualify as one of the most competitive on our tour, but you play in a lot of these as well, and knowing you like I do, I think it's got to be a lot of fun for you to kind of spend a couple hours with star athletes from other sports. What do you like to take from that experience? What do you guys talk about?
No, first of all, I think it's fantastic for the LPGA to be able to team up with athletes like these guys. Being a European, I'm getting more and more into American sports, and I actually knew of these guys before I got to the tee, so that's a step in the right direction. But to be able to spend time with other athletes, dig into their brain, talk to them about general stuff, also about how they do the training, how they prepare, how they think. I think it's quite valuable. There's a lot of equal lines across the different sports. We're all putting all our time and effort into it, so it's kind of nice to kind of play ball, and maybe you can catch one of the good things that they do that you can maybe implement into your routines, or the other way around. But a lot of fun to be out here, and thanks, guys, for coming out and supporting the LPGA.
Carson, let me get some thoughts from you. You were injured last year. Unfortunately, weren't able to compete. We were certainly going to have you out there. It was funny to watch you all standing on the green, watching these guys finish, Patrick and Michael. I mean, there's a lot of fun between all you Arizona Cardinals playing this game.
Oh, yeah. I love seeing Pat almost put one in the stands and then Mike put one in the bunker. And everybody else in that group finished on the green. So, we're all extremely competitive, whether it be, Patrick going against Larry and Mike in practice, us on the golf course, ping pong, whatever it may be, and just the opportunity. I can't say thank you enough for this opportunity to come out and play with the best players in the world on the track they're playing.
How relaxing is this for you in the off season? You said you appreciate opportunities like this. I'm sure you don't lack for those opportunities. But what does a day like this do for the mindset, calming down after a long season?
Well, it's just a chance, to work on our second career, I guess. All of us wish we could play professional golf. There's no chance that any of the gentlemen up here can play professional golf.
Patrick
eventually.
Peterson said that he's going to play on the Champions Tour.
Okay, we'll put a little bet on that later. But the off season is great. The off season is an opportunity to get away from football, because once football gets here, it's football nonstop.
Let's pass the baton down to Michael. I want to know what the feeling was for you in real life standing on the first tee this morning.
Okay, well, my legs are shaking for the first to start off. It was just nerve-wracking as a whole, and there was only maybe like 12 people there. But I did hit a good ball.
What's tougher? The kind of pressure that you felt like you were dealing with today, with maybe people standing there watching you on the last hole or the first hole, or what you deal with on a game day in the NFL?
Well, the first shot that I took today, and Suzanne talking trash to me the whole time. I had about a good 4 or 5 shots that were very terrible, and she gave it all to me. So I loved it, but it was a great time.
And Patrick says you guys play a ton of golf together. Now, he's saying that your handicap's way over what you really say it might be. He's talking trash to you. Is that fair? I mean, are you guys competitive with each other?
We're very competitive. Pat has one of those handicaps that are a little inflated. He's like a 6 that's really a 12, and I'm like a 12 that's really a 16. I mean, we inflate opposite ways, but we really enjoy playing with each other. I mean, it's something that we really get after. We can push each other and talk to each other and try to get each other's head, and it's great competing with your teammates. But Pat's game is slipping now. After he had his daughter here in the fall, his game is really falling apart, and I'm happy to see it.
I'm going to give you this is like a debate, the GOP. I'm going to give you a chance. He called you out. Is that accurate? Your game is slipping?
We have 1,000 golf courses around here in Arizona. Only one of them have my name on it. We can definitely go there and
Your wife don't let you play anymore, though.
She don't, but when I do get an opportunity to go out and play, we can definitely make that happen. And I'm not giving you 10 strokes anymore.